and welcome to the newest indoor adventure in Rime of the Frostmaiden, Session 9, Black Swords. Today is February 21st, 2021, and you are loved. That is a very important thing that we like to remind each and every single one of our viewers and listeners at the beginning of each and every single one of these games. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, or you can go towards anywhere audiocasts are made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/indooradventures, you can check out our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from the community, but also from each other. And all of our patrons, even though other things are being made for free on there, all of our patrons are getting access to our homebrew rewards. So things from our Monday night game, like Gwen's item, the Runtax, Kuori's Ring of Wraith, or Arjan's Crossbow Patience, and soon-to-be Calum's specialized class, the School of the Speaker, are all available on our Patreon for you patrons. So it's as cheap as $1 with as much content as you can possibly consume, and I'm always trying to figure out more things that I can put on the Patreon, because your support all does really mean a lot. But if you already support us on Patreon, you already support us on YouTube and Twitch and audiocasts, and you're wondering to yourself, where can I go to help support this wonderful show even more? Well, hey, guess what? We got you covered. Quite literally, in fact, because if you go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, we got t-shirts, we got posters, we got mugs, we got crop tops, throw pillows, clocks, shower curtains, aprons, and most importantly, we also have face masks. I don't have mine near me because I was wearing it at work all day today, getting sweet compliments of our Tia masks designed by our very own Cyberwolf1201. So if you want to get any of those sweet masks, know that all of the proceeds from them go to help support Doctors Without Borders. So if you would like to help support a good cause or help support this show, you can go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. That's indooradventure, no S at the end, .redbubble.com. But that is it for my opening spiel. So hey, Satan, who you playing today?
Hi, I'm Satan, and today I'll be playing Kuori, a Goliath fighter.
Oh, hi, I'm LizMac, and today I will be playing our Sweet Bean Rock Gnome Cleric Lydia. We both use she, her pronouns.
I'm the Indoor Adventurer, and tonight I shall be playing as Hart, the Wood Elf Druid. We both use he, him.
Hey everybody, I'm Wings, she, her. I'm the DM for tonight. Let's get started. Ice-kissed flowers caught mid-bloom, beauty kept in all its grace. Summer's gone to its silent tomb, stilling in her cold embrace. Hart, you are dreaming again.
Damn it.
You see at the top of an icy hill, there is a Goliath stooped, seemingly just having fought a battle. And what looks like spikes at first, just sort of bristling from their back, is instead a dozen black swords impaling their body. And as you are watching this dream, as you're experiencing it as you usually do, you suddenly hear this boom, and you are pulled across the snow for a brief moment. And that figure just grows distant. And there's another boom, and you're pulled again across the sky. You look around, you can see the snow and the mountains and the rocks. Kelvin's cairn, stark against the horizon. Boom, you're pulled again. And this thrumming just continues, and you're pulled across the tundra until finally you reach a mountain range, and you are pulled under the earth, and everything goes dark. Boom, you watch the sun go black. Boom, you see 10 towns in flames. Boom, a forge burns in the darkness, and within you can see a heart, the size of your head, glowing white hot. It beats. Boom. A king with a black crown, face etched with age, and a white beard that flows down his chest. His eyes, like cold pearls, regard a jagged black stone. He raises a clawed gauntlet and drags it down the surface with an unearthly screech. And then you wake. You are still in the outpost, and it is morning. You can see that your friends Lydia and Kuori are getting ready to leave.
I think Hart, like it's one of those, like, he wakes up, but it's more of like he, like, snaps awake, just like, and, like, sees friends getting things together, just, like, hurriedly gets his shit together, too. I mean, he doesn't really have a whole lot, so that's always helpful. But, yeah, he's definitely, he doesn't know how he's going to tell his friends about that one. But that's okay. It doesn't seem that horrific.
It definitely felt different.
Yeah. This is more like the
Are you
time that
okay?
What?
Are
Yeah.
you okay?
No, I'm fine.
You look a little sweaty.
You know, the dreams again.
Oh.
This one had a lot going on with it. It was like rhythmic, like it was like
dancing?
no. Like when you're running and your heart starts beating really fast and heavy and hard, and how that kind of has like a steady rhythm to it as things are going. I saw there was swords. They were in somebody. I don't know who that person was. They look kind of like Kuori, but not as big. Maybe bigger, maybe smaller. I'm not sure. I was kind of far away on a hill, and then a boom hit, and then I started flying through the sky, and then I went into a mountain, and I saw a beating white heart, but I don't know whose heart it was. They should probably put that back in their chest if it's still beating. That seems like a bad time. And then there was a dwarf man, and he had like a face on it, but I don't think that he looked like one of the dwarves that we saw in there. He looked like a different kind of dwarf, but he had like this like stone thing that he was dragging with him, and he was wearing a crown. And
That's a lot.
yeah, and then there was like again, like that booming just like kept happening, and each time it did, I was like,
Hart, rewind for a moment. What did this dwarf man look like?
he looked old
Crown.
and mean.
Okay.
Or just like kind of crotchety. I don't know if he was mean. He could have also just kept having bad dreams.
And the crown, what did it look like?
Yes. It looked crown-like and made of
Color
black
or-
stone.
Okay. And what was he dragging?
A big stone. Is that normal for dwarves?
Was it also black?
I think so. A lot of things seemed like really like muted in color compared to the white beating heart that was at the other, like in the moments before.
Kuori.
Oh, there were
is
also
going-
10 towns that were on fire. I forgot to mention that
Oh.
part.
Uh,
But I don't
Okay.
know which 10 towns they were or if they were important. I don't think any towns should be on fire, let alone 10 of them, but things to keep in mind.
Right. Hart. Corey's gonna go into her bag. She's gonna take out a was it the brown sack that was over the lantern, and she's gonna put her hand under it and kind of clutch it and peel back the top and reveal a black stone. Is this what the crown looked like?
Yeah, it looked just like that, except he was touching it with his bare hands and not like you're holding it. Are you supposed to hold it that way or with your bare hands?
Do not touch it with your bare hands.
Why?
Oh, I only have gnome hands. Sorry, I was just trying to lighten the mood. This is a lot to unpack.
If you ever see a stone like this, do not touch it.
Why?
It is it is very dangerous.
Feel free to ask questions out of character. I'm willing to provide.
Wait, no, the thing is that I know what it is.
But you're trying to decide exactly how much to divulge.
yeah.
I understand.
Okay. This
Will it, like, explode if you touch it with your hand, or will it turn you mean and crotchety like that dwarf?
This is called a Chardalin. The stone. It has been It has been warped and suffused with demonic magic.
Oh. Well, that's not good.
No, it can hurt. It can make people go mad.
Well, why do you still have it?
That's a very good question, Kuori. If it's really that dangerous, why do we have it with us?
It was here. I did not pick it. I just picked it up yesterday. I didn't want to throw it away. I'd have it fall into other people's hands.
That's understandable. Maybe we can find some some magic way of disposing of it, or maybe just like burying it somewhere really secret. I don't know. Just what if someone? I'm just thinking, like, what if we have it in your bag and Hart thinks there's desserts in there and he goes to grab it and it just slips and he touches it and then he goes crazier than he already is.
Yeah. Wait. You have desserts in your bag?
No, I don't. I do not have desserts in my bag. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It is and it's strange because you've never really seen Kuori stutter and unsure of herself.
Look, Kuori, you can be honest with us. We've been through a lot. The last thing that we need is for us to be keeping secrets from each other.
Right. This stone is it's the reason I got kicked out of my tribe.
What do you mean?
This stone is as strong as metal, and it's easier to work than steel, and it's very easy to enchant it, to imbue it with magical properties. The problem is that touching it does cause madness, and it usually fades once the contact is broken, but not always.
And you got in trouble for working with this material?
Yes.
Were you making crowns for people?
No, I was a weaponsmith, and I wanted to create something stronger, something to give us advantages over other things that attacked us in the wild. Because, especially in these times, you need to be more prepared than the predators that are here to hunt you down.
Did someone get hurt?
Yes. I was told not to work with it, but I kept doing so in secret.
Thank you for telling us.
Thank you for listening. Unfortunately, it hurt my the person who I was apprenticing under, and I was kicked out of my train.
I'm sorry that happened to you, but we're kind of like our own little tribe, just us and all the people we meet along the way. You still have a tribe. We might look a little different. That one's got antlers. I'm real small. We're looking for my idiot brother, you know.
Yes.
But just no more secrets, okay? We can keep each other safe by having everybody know everything. Information can only hurt us if it's unknown to some. When you've got so many people who have your back, and it's a very big back, so we have a lot of square footage to cover, but we got it. And then we can get through anything. So maybe we put away the rocks that make people go insane. And let's just try to get through today piece by piece.
All right. Thank you. And she's gonna give Lydia a big hug, and then Hart. I will put away these stone, but unfortunately, I don't think this is the last time you will encounter them. I think your brother is tied into this.
Oh, I certainly hope not.
The letter I found, the full letter said, "You will find me on the frozen ferry in East Haven. From this new base, the search for Shardlin continues. Long may our father reign over this dark land." And I do not believe this and that dwarven man with the black crown are coincidences. And if your brother is being taken to East Haven by these dwarves who had Shardlin, I think he's involved in this. He knows something that we do not. It's possible that maybe he found information about it through your parents' work. You do work with gems and stones?
We do. Maybe. I'm not sure. I hope he's not involved with anything like this. I hope that he just owes a really persistent and angry tavern keeper a lot of money. But I think you're right, and it's not that simple.
No. And if your brother has come in contact with any of this, it could be an answer for why he's acting so strange.
You think my brother's gone mad?
It is.
I mean, I know I joke and I say that he's crazy, but Lucas is a good...
I know Lucas is a good man.
If he had gone mad, I don't think he'd be leaving as precise notes as he has been.
But the thing is, the connection can be broken if they are no longer in contact with the stone. But sometimes it has side effects. The weaponsmith back at my tribe, she still, when we first met Ravison, and I looked through that mirror that let you scry, I scried on the weaponsmith I apprenticed under, and I could still see that the effects were there. It seems that whoever comes in contact with this stone physically still is drawn to look for more. To look for it. So.
And that would make a lot of sense then as to why he's doing all of this. We gotta find him.
So we will. And we're leaving now. But I cannot leave these things here for others to find.
If we find them along the way, we'll make sure to give them to you.
Just do not touch them, please.
Of course.
Okay. Well, then I guess to East Haven we go.
Do we know how long it's going to be till we get there?
Long.
Okay.
I remember that there's a ferry involved.
It no longer runs because the lake is frozen over.
I see. All right. Yeah.
But it's possible it may take us a few days. Let me look at the map that I totally have open. We're in Caer-Dineval.
Yes. It will take you. Well, you're actually a fair bit north of Caer-Dineval.
Okay.
Essentially, you're gonna have to kind of slog your way back to Konig, and then it'll be 2 hours to Caer-Dineval, and then from there it'll be 9 hours to East Haven.
It actually might take us maybe a day if we travel through the day into the night.
Once you hit the roads, the traveling gets a lot easier.
Mm-hmm. The hardest part is getting back to Caer-Dineval.
Right. Through the snow. What's new?
Give
Come
me
on.
a group survival check.
Woo! First roll of the night.
That'd be a 12. No? You sure?
It doesn't suck.
It's not horrible.
I don't know why I was shaking my head. I was all like, why does he think that's bad?
9.
7.
7. Okay, well, between the 12 and the 19, I think you guys are fine. This is so wild. I can open up the campaign and it'll show me you guys' rolls. Oh, D&D Beyond. You've become you've become a big boy. All right. Yes. All right. So you make your way back to Caer-Dineval, without much trouble. It does take the better part of the day, and it's well past noon when you get on the road to Caer-Dineval. The road is more like a trough in the snow, just kind of beaten down by many feet. At some point, there probably was like a dirt or a stone path here. But after 2 years of nonstop winter, the snow has just piled and piled until basically it's just kind of walls on either side of you. And as you're walking along, I believe Hart is the one with the highest passive. You see a shadow fall over Kuori as she's walking. And you like look up to like trace where that shadow's coming from. And you see that there is a large figure bundled up in furs. And that figure is just kind of like staring down at you from the top of these like hills that the road has formed in the snow. And right about the time you see him just kind of like slip his foot out and up and just kind of like form a diagonal with his legs and then just go sliding down that hill towards Kuori.
Player me? That's so fucking cool. Hart, like takes his quarterstaff and just starts like tapping Kuori on the shoulder, like doesn't know how to describe what he has just seen coming down towards them. Just
If I look over, do I see this figure sliding down?
You see a big buff Goliath just come sliding down the hill and he goes, "Metal Breaker!" You recognize this as Kapanook, or Tall Tree.
Kapanook. Let me double check my notes 1 second. Kapanook.
I take
don't
it
have
you-
that in my... Oh, Tall Tree. Yeah. Sorry, I was reading through. There's too many consonants in my notes with these names.
There's too many people with a lot of
Yeah.
multiple consonanted names.
Kuori's going to actually, like, she kind of stiffens and is almost ready to fight, but then at the sound of her name, she's just gonna give a big chuckle and just say, Taltri, what the fuck are you doing out here? And just kind of grab him into a hug.
They're speaking in
like that hug.
They're speaking in giant, right?
Probably.
Most
Yeah.
likely. Like that hug quickly turns
Yeah.
into a wrestling match and he just starts shoving you into the
Yes,
snow.
Shoving him.
It's just Hart
It
will
is crushed.
precariously pluck you as Kuori is getting tackled.
I will start pushing him into the snow.
All right. Let's get some quick athletics checks
Thank
just
you,
to see how this goes.
Greetings for Corey's
Oh
family.
no, 12.
12. Oh no.
Greetings for Corey's family. Seem very
Oh,
intense.
21.
This reminds me a lot of Rocky.
He just picks you up and then like does a suplex into the snowbank.
Yeah.
Just like
I just grab him with my legs and not let go. It's like, you've gotten better, Taltri.
he's just laughing heartily. And he kind of like rolls a little bit so that like and like snow is just like raining down on both of them.
Yeah.
And Kuori's basically just buried in the snowdrift and he
Yeah.
looks over and he says, "Who are your friends?"
She'll get up and just kind of, as she does, she'll just dust the snow off her and just give him a shove.
Well,
This is in common now. She'll say, "This is Lydia, and this is Hart Lydia. This is a Kapanuka, Kapanutaltri from my old tribe."
Oh, very tall tree. Hello.
It's nice to meet you.
he will bend down. He's a good like 8 or 9 feet tall. I want to say that he's maybe like half a head shorter than Kuori, but he'll bend down to get on Liz's level, and he still has to look down at her to shake her hand, and then he looks up and like while he's sitting on his haunches like this, he's right on level with Hart, and basically like he's already been introduced, and he says, "What are you doing out here?"
We're going to find the ferry to East Haven because we're looking for this one, but boy.
We're just going to look for someone that we know is in East Haven.
I see.
What are you doing here? Why are you not in the mountains?
Oh, I'm, he grows a little bit solemn, kind of like rubs the back of his bald head. He's, I'm looking for Oye Menartok.
Oye Menartok?
You recognize that as the legendary werebear.
Oh, I think they were seen near,
Isn't that Rocky's aunt?
No, that's the Yeti. No,
No, that was his mom.
his aunt is also a Yeti. No, I think
Those are unkind things to say about one's relatives.
No, they were actual Yetis.
He called them hill people.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Mountain folk.
They also say hello rough.
I have heard of such things, but it is very rare.
They were near Kellen's cairn. I can't say that in her accent at all.
Gilvin's Cairn.
Kellen's cairn.
Well, I had heard that she was out in this direction as well. But, yeah,
Why are you looking for her?
She's not getting better.
Okay.
And, our healer cannot do anything for her, so we were looking for someone with more wisdom.
I thought the one breaking the contact with... Okay. Well, why don't Lydia Hart, you would be fine with the Taltri traveling with us, yes?
Of course.
I'm fine
Oh.
with that.
Any
Well,
friend of yours.
I'm not going to be heading towards East Haven. We are going to be passing each other like ships in the night, I'm afraid.
Ah. Oh.
What's a ship?
Oh dear.
Don't worry about it, Hart.
Oh, wait, is that like the little thing that we rode on when we met Friend?
But bigger.
That's a boat.
Oh.
When it's small like that, it's a boat, and when it's really big and a bunch of people can stand on it and sleep on it and travel on it, then it's a ship.
Gotcha. I'm learning all sorts of things today.
Daltry, I will say it's I have when I'm settled, I have seen her before. I've seen what was the bear's name again?
Oya Minartok.
I've seen Oya Minartok before.
I guess Oya would be a good way to shorten it.
Eh,
Where have you seen her?
in Lonelywood, in the forest.
In Lonelywood.
Yes.
Well, when I heard she was hanging around 10 towns.
Yeah, she seems to be. I figured it was her, but I had seen her a few times, and I'm not sure why she was hanging around. How is she? Why is it getting worse?
She doesn't want to stay put. She's restless. It's not so bad. She just wants some more peace is all.
That is already bad.
You shouldn't feel so bad.
You can say that, yet I still. Anywho, she kind of takes Talltree like arm over the shoulder and pulls him to the side.
Mm-hmm.
I am trying to find a way to help her. I know you will not. I know back home they will not accept my help. But if I do find something, could I let you know?
Of course, Mental Breaker.
If you do want to look for her in 10 towns, there is a shack in Lonely Woods. It's a small cabin. It's mine. Unlocked. You can stay in there if you find it.
Oh, you know that I am comfortable sleeping in this snow.
Yes, but I also have a very comfortable bed. And a warm house. A little fire doesn't hurt.
Well, if I am feeling soft, then perhaps I will go
Oh,
and try your
yes.
soft bed.
Oh, of course, yes, if you're feeling soft. But I will find something. I promise. I have not stopped looking since I left.
I admire your tenacity.
One
And
should
I hope-
always take care of the consequences of their actions.
He nods. Hope to see you again. And he grabs your forearm.
Yeah. I grab his forearm and do like the strong handshake, yeah, Beastmaster handshake. And once he starts walking away, I wait a moment and then I just tackle him into the
Ah!
like slide tackle. Just like
Amazing.
didn't think I let you leave that easy, eh?
Ah!
Yeah.
Make
Passes
Schwarzenegger
all day.
noises at
Yeah.
each other.
Just
Yeah,
kind of rubs his bald head and sends him on his way.
rub some snow in it.
Yeah.
So he will like kneel down and he will take Lydia's hand like she's a little lady. But he like has to use his finger because like his hand is so big compared to hers. And he will kind of clap Hart on the shoulder and he will continue. He just scampers up the side of the trough that the road has formed, and he continues on his way.
Safe travels.
Have a good
No, you.
day.
No, you.
I told you first.
I told you second.
No, you did tell him first. Okay, he leaves. As night begins to fall. Well, okay, night, not necessarily night. It has become late afternoon. You are nearing Caer-Dineval. And the trough of the road has begun to level out a little bit. And looking off to your left, you can see Lac-Dineshire. And it is just this enormous expanse of flatness. And you can see that the ice is encroaching. It has become like the whole thing is basically frozen over, except for a much smaller portion of water, very deep into the middle of the lake. And looking at it, you can tell there's going to be no ferry running out of Caer-Dineval. And as you are thinking this, you see the telltale clouds of a blizzard rolling in.
Well, maybe we should find somewhere here to sleep and rest up.
Yeah. Why don't we? Yes, I'll. Right. Sorry.
It's okay. Are you okay, Kuori? A lot of stuff about your previous, what is the word for not apprentice?
Master.
Master, yeah. Came up today, and I wanted to check in and see how you were doing. It's a lot to process sometimes, I know.
Yeah, I am fine. I'm strong. I can get through it. It's fine.
I know you're strong. Doesn't mean that you don't need to talk about things sometimes.
Lydia, I've already bothered you with my stuff this morning. You need to focus on your brother.
You're never a bother, Kuori. Not ever. That's what friends are for. That's what family's for.
Thank you, Lydia. I always appreciate your company and your kind words.
Okay. So why don't we get some ale so that you can process internally, and then we'll discuss it if you need to.
Ale sounds good.
I figured it might.
Might need about 5 tankers to get me talking, but we'll see.
5? That's it? All right. We can do that.
You can have mine.
Yeah, we're not giving you a ale.
Well,
We'll see if there's any desserts.
I didn't know. Ooh, I like desserts. I was going to say, I don't know if it's going to be one of those places where they just hand you a beer, hand you an ale, like that last place that we did. If we did, I'll give you my ale if you give me a cookie.
I will see if they have cookies, and if not, we'll find a place that has cookies. Yes.
If you give a Hart a cookie.
Then he'll only ask for more.
5 drinks to get me a little buzz, and then another 5 to get me buzz, and then another 5 to get me
All right. So DM, where would we find the nearest tavern, inn, pub, establishment with liquor?
It is very convenient. It is immediately in town. Like as soon as you walk in, you can see it right on the left. It is the structure of the buildings here are very distinct. They've sort of been set apart from the buildings in the rest of the area. You can see that they have these very, how do I say, severe A-line roofs that are designed to just like make snow slide right off of them. And you get the idea that, like, you know that Icewind Dale is a place that has been settled by many different peoples, and this is kind of indicative of at least one of those people. Everything about Caer-Dineval is sort of gray or brown or overcast. It's all kind of muted and rocky. It's not a very inviting place. And looking up on this very rocky hill, you can see that there is a keep with 4 towers and a very opulent building inside. There are flags flying from parapets, and you can also see that there are tabards hanging off of the towers, holding the crest of Caer-Dineval, and that being a tower and a red fish underneath on a blue field. But yes, you find the tavern pretty much immediately on the left as you're coming into town, and it is a little bit up the hill towards the castle itself, and it's called the Uphill Climb. And you find that kind of funny. It's all like, yes, indeed, we do have to go uphill to get to this tavern, and here we are. It's kind of disappointing, honestly, like the rest of the town. Coming inside, this is a tavern, and a tavern alone. It is for drinking and eating, and you can only do one of those things because they have chowder. The ferry is not running, and they have run out of ale.
Well, this is an ideal.
They also, the barkeep, the proprietor, will come out, introduce himself as Rourke. I hope you're enjoying your chowder. Wish I could give you some ale. And I wish I could put you up for the night, but, I don't have any spare beds or anything, so... I'd send you to the inn, but the inn's been closed for years now.
Why? Is it haunted or something?
No, it's just closed down.
Oh.
Not enough traffic.
The proprietor got out of here while the getting was good. We all thought that this whole eternal winter thing would blow over pretty soon, but, well, that's not happened, huh?
No.
Eternal is a pretty long time.
Yeah, eternal is turning out to be pretty... Eternal. Yeah.
It's okay. We can camp outside of town or near town. It's fine.
Actually, why don't you try the castle?
The castle.
I bet the speaker will put you up for the night.
That definitely sounds haunted.
I think you really ought to try the castle. Go up to the keep, see if he'll put you up.
Can I roll an insight check
insight
on this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
go for
it, mystery gang.
Lydia would like a vibe check. On
Can I vibe check this man?
Vibe
I
check
got
the
an
man.
11.
I got
Yes.
a rock.
Scooby-Doo.
Fucking 19. What's the deal? What hideous villain
Why
am I
should
going
we
to...
really stay in the castle?
Unnatural 20. Dirty 20.
All right. Okay. Kuori, you do basically just get the same vibe that was just displayed. Okay, something's going on here.
Yeah.
But Hart and Lydia, you kind of get the idea that he thinks something's going on at the castle that he would want people to go and have a look at.
Interesting.
Like him saying, you really ought to go and check out the castle.
Yes,
like
please help.
is a little bit more like pointed than
That text has just appeared in bold in your quest log. Like,
yeah.
Is there anything you can tell us about the castle? I've never been here before, so I really like learning about town histories and just all the goings on.
What's the deal up with the castle?
What's the deal? I would like you
Anything.
guys to actually roll some history checks.
Jerry Seinfeld voice. What's the deal with the castle?
What's the deal with castles?
This die is
18.
rolling very well for me. History?
Yes, please. What history did you get there, Kuori?
18.
18's pretty good.
Dirty 20 again.
Alrighty.
Nat 1, BB. I'm not from here.
I don't go here.
He doesn't even go
Didn't
here.
go here.
Oh, amazing. I love you guys. All right. So you guys would know that this place was settled by a family called the Dinivs. They are they came from Cormyr. And that's the reason why everything is built in this way. The castle was built by these people, and they actually ruled over all of Icewind Dale for a while. Until orcs came down from the north and slaughtered everybody in town, and then sieged the castle for several days, and then eventually climbed the walls and killed everybody inside. And then it was an orc fortress for a while, and then more settlers came in and wiped out the orcs, and now this is a town again.
Knights
basically.
of the Bantam. Thank you for the raid. Very appreciated.
Yes.
Raid bongs.
That's a good bong sound.
That was
That's
a
a good bong.
great
sound.
bong sound.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay, so yes, essentially Caer-Dineval is a castle that has been built and then like repopulated and repopulated. It's been sieged and like had several different people living in it. That is the history of Caer-Dineval. You would also know that that's where the town speaker lives now. And you had like asked Rourke about Caer-Dineval, and he will explain, well, the town speaker's been sick for a while now, and we just haven't heard from him. But his staff is still around, so maybe they'll put you up for the night.
How long's
why
a
the-
while? How long is a while?
How long is a while? It's a good question.
While you're figuring that out, Werewolf BF, thank you for the follow.
Oh,
Follow bong.
Yay! Follow bong.
ow.
I'm gonna say like a few months at this point.
I haven't checked in on the speaker. If he's been sick for a few months.
Well, yeah, you know how it is. You go up to the castle and you say that you want to speak with the speaker, and then they say that the speaker is sick and tell you to leave.
I'm sorry, but if this would have been going on for months, you should have just.
Insisted?
Your castle is not unused to sieges, so you just barge in there.
Okay, we'll go check it out.
They better get some ale out of this at some point.
They might have
They
some
better
in the
have
castle.
ale.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right.
Well, we're off to storm the castle.
It's used to that.
You continue up the hill.
Just want the ale. That's all I wanted.
Thanks for following Sloops1103. Wow.
You continue up the hill, and you approach this castle. As you get closer, you can see that there are 2 levels to it. As far as castles go, it's pretty small, honestly. It's basically just some guy's house with a few towers around it. You get the idea that if you stood on one tower and shouted, pretty much anybody in the complex would be able to hear you.
I will stand on one tower. No, I'm kidding.
And as you approach, it's actually up on a hill. This is like a really well fortified keep. It's up on a hill so that like if you're standing at the bottom of a wall, it looks like 20 feet tall. But like once you get inside the castle, it would be like you'd look up at the walls and they'd be just like 10 feet. Because, you know, up on hill. As it do.
As it do, perspective.
Yeah. So as you get up to the gates, you can see that there are two like different barred gates that like come down, and inside not on the first floor, but on the second floor, you can see the head of what looks like a guard pop out of a window and say, "State your business."
We're here to see the speaker.
The speaker, Speaker Seaver, is sick.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
I'm a cleric. I can help. We were sent up by the tavern owner to check in on things. We were told that if we were able to help, we'd be able to stay the night here where it's warm.
The speaker doesn't need your hedonistic rituals. And then like somebody like comes up and like pokes him in the back. And he turns around. You can see them.
I wish there were hedonistic rituals.
He turns around. You can see him like speaking with somebody behind him. And he gets kind of like jerked back. You see another person poke their head out. And this person actually has horns. The distinctive look of a tiefling. And she says, "What's your names?"
I'm Kuori.
Hi, I'm Lydia.
Everyone calls me Hart. What's your name?
There's more kind of muttering and stuff. And she sticks her head back out and she says, "Hold for a moment." And you can hear a the sound of chains straining as the gates go up, and then the gates go up on the second half, and she invites you in from up top, and she says, "I'll meet you down in the courtyard." And as you walk in through the gates, you can look up and see that there are what are called murder holes in the ceiling of this gate, where you are intended to just shoot down arrows or pour like alchemist's fire.
Hot oil.
It's D&D, so it'd be alchemist's fire. But yes, hot oil. I don't know, lava. But yes, as you enter into the courtyard, you can see off to the right, there are a bunch of sled dogs just sort of barking and playing. That you can see that there are sleds lined up. And there are a few stairs leading up to the walls of the, how do you say, I guess the walls of the complex itself, and a door opens up on the inside of one of the towers to your right, and out comes this tiefling, and she pulls off her helmet, and the horns don't come with it because she's got horns, and she comes up to you and she says, "Hello there, my name's Fel. I'm one of the guards here. This is my associate, Huarwar." The other guy comes up, and he's kind of like sulking a little bit, like, "I got told off," and he keeps his helmet on, and he just kind of like walks over and like crosses his arms and leans up against the wall, and she says, "You said that you wanted to speak with the speaker?"
Yes.
Yes, we were told we might be able to help, and of course we'd like to, if it works out.
Unfortunately, the speaker is a bit laid up. He's sick and has been for a while, but I can get you a meeting with his assistant, and hopefully he'd be able to work out anything with you. that you're looking for.
Do
Okay.
you know what type of sick? Sick is a very vague term.
It is.
I apologize, but that's classified information, and I'm not authorized to share that with you.
I understand that.
Of
Thank
course.
you so much for your help, Miss Val.
If you're
I will
feeling
hold out
sick,
my
you should
hand.
find some grass, give it to them, and just have them chew on it for a while.
Well, that'll work for one type of sick heart, but not all of it.
And Hart just has this like incredulous look, like, but whenever I feel sick, I always do that.
It don't always work.
Knights in the fucking courtyard for that. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
We will go speak to his assistant. Thank you for the help, Miss Val.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Miss Bell.
She turns around to and like she kind of like rubs her face. It seems that she was sleeping when you guys arrived, and like your arrival has roused her before she was ready. So she turns around back to Huarwar, and she says, "Mr. Mulfoon, I'd like you to."
Harwar Mulfoon.
This guy really got fucked over by his parents.
Harwar Mulfoon.
Huarwar Mulfoon.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yes, old Huarwar.
It's from the book,
Wait.
okay?
I am dyslexic.
Like I said, I'd write it down for you, but
Finally, an enemy that this party cannot defeat. The one with the silly name.
Oh,
I have
I
spelt.
want to punch him just because of that name.
Take his lunch.
Yeah, yeah. As Koss put in chat, har har moon moon. We got it.
Moon. God damn it. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Moon Moon.
Cool. Great. This wonderful. All right. She leads you into the building. You can see that there is actually a young boy, maybe about 8 years old, who is taking care of the sled dogs. And he just kind of like he's like petting a dog, and then he like looks up and he just kind of stares at you guys as you walk by. And you head on into the building. This is a 2-story building. You walk into what appears to be a main ballroom. There are several long tables set up, and you can see that there's a bunch of dirty dishes that are being cleaned up by a single preteen looking tiefling. And she, like, when the door opens, you see her kind of like jump as though in fear. And then she like quickly gets back to work, scooping up at her dishes.
Wait, there was fear?
Yeah.
said?
Yeah. Well, she seems a little jumpy.
Okay.
She's like 12. If anyone you don't know enters into your house while you're doing dishes, yes, there is genuine fear in your eyes.
Okay.
But she definitely like is staring at you guys, kind of like giving like not as overtly as the 8-year-old outside, but she's kind of giving you like glances when she thinks you're not looking.
And I like vibe check this entire place.
Yeah, sure. Give me an insight check.
I think this is gonna be bad, but 12. I'm rolling those big numbers.
All right. I'd say with the 12, you get about the same vibe that you have right now. Like you have no further insight than like, that's a little weird.
Okay.
She leads you in, and she says, stand right here for a bit. I'll be right back. You can see that this ballroom actually gives access to pretty much every other room in the building. There are like 2 doors to your immediate left, 2 doors to your immediate right, and then stairs that lead up, and then more doors up on the balconies. And you can watch her go up the stairs and go over to a door and kind of like tip her head in and speak softly with someone inside. And she turns around and she says, Kadroth will speak with you in just a moment.
Wizards of
Thank
the Coast,
you.
I hate you. For these names.
Kadroth?
Kadroth.
Okay.
In fact, I'm just gonna start putting names into like the Twitch chat so that everybody can see them.
Please. Thank you.
So are we still in the same room as the girl doing dishes, yay or nay?
Yes, she's going, like, there are like 4 big long tables and she's maybe cleared half of one of them. And she keeps on like coming in and out of the room, and she's like working as fast as she can, it seems, because she's doing that thing where like your parents have like company over and it's all like, oh, talk to the company, and it's all like, nope, go to my room, bye. So she's like trying to like get her chores done as quickly as possible.
I think Hart will go over to her and kind of squat down so he's at eye level with her. And he is going to cast Druidcraft on a seed that he has and just make a flower and give it to her.
All right. Give me a charisma check at advantage.
Hooray! Let's see. Advantage. Holy shit, that's not bad for me. 21.
She kind of like shrinks away from you as you approach, kind of giving you that like, don't fucking talk to me look. And then you crouch down, hand her that flower, and you see like just a hint of a smile. She seems pretty shy, and she kind of like grabs it really quickly, and she's looking at it. And then you hear the door open behind you, and she jumps again, stows that flower, and gets back to work.
Hart will just say, have a good day, and then stand up and walk over to the rest of his party.
Baby.
Okay. And turning around, you see that door open. Another guard has come out. And this guy kind of has like something of a sneer on his face. It's another human. And he says, Kadroth will see you now.
Lydia will do like a little bit of a sarcastic curtsy at the gentleman with the sneer on his face as she walks by.
Kuori just walking by.
All right. You walk into a kind of a I want to say that the rooms in this castle are fairly cramped, with the exception of the ballroom, because the walls are made of stone, and they're all kind of like, the whole castle has been kind of just crowded onto this little hilltop. So all of the buildings, all of the rooms are just like maybe a foot or so smaller than you would want them to be, and then like all of the furniture that you would normally have in a room has been kind of crowded into it. So
very small.
You are led into a room with rugs on the floor, a bookshelf, a desk, and some very cluttered, like just shelves, I'll say. There's a roaring fireplace. It's very cozy. And what you see is a man in a tall-backed chair with claws on the feet. And he turns around. He's got very red skin. And he's a little bit paunch-bellied, and he's got kind of a very heavy brow. And I only say this because the horns on his head seem to kind of like push his whole head down a little bit. He slouches, and he turns around and he's got a cat in his lap. It's a black cat, and he's just sort of stroking it. And he turns around. He remains seated, and he says, "I'm terribly sorry. You know how it is. I can't get up to shake your hand, but it's very nice to meet you. My name is Kadroth." And he just holds out a hand and like beckons for you to come over and shake it.
Kuori will shake it. Mind you, she hasn't taken like her gloves off or anything.
Lydia will shake his hand as well.
Yep. And the cat just sort of stretches out a little bit and just kind of gently like taps you with its paw, as cats are wont to do.
Big stretch.
Yep, big stretch the cat
Lydia
does.
will say big stretch, as it is a rule.
And he seems to like that you like his cat. He's bonding over being cat people. And he says, this is Touche. He's my little man.
I love Touche. They are a very, very beautiful cat.
And he like gives a little scritch under the cat's chin, and he gestures to a love seat across from him. His chair kind of faces towards the fireplace, and you can kind of imagine him sitting in there alone, just sort of like, yes, I shall sit here and look at the fire, with his cat in his lap. Oh no, Touche! And a little bit off to his left is a love seat that is just enough space for Hart and Kuori to squeeze into, and then maybe Lydia sit on their laps.
I will put Lydia on my lap.
Will be Touche.
You'll be my Touche.
Amazing.
Stroke her hair. No, I'm kidding.
So the guard that like let you guys in, he goes to shut the door, and you hear kind of a fluttering as he does so, and an inky black figure kind of darts in before he gets the chance to shut it all the way, and you see Touche's eyes go like, like, you know, do the like dilation thing, and he looks up at what appears to be a raven who has flown in and alighted on the bust that's up on the mantle of the fireplace. And you can see him kind of like get a handle on Touche, so it doesn't immediately, you know, try and jump up and grab grab the burb. And he's all like, now, Touche. Skelm is a guest here, as well as his master, and we will treat them as such. And you see Touche kind of narrow his eyes and then like stand up and do that curl, like walk around in a circle thing and like turn and put his back to the raven. Meanwhile, the raven's sitting up on the bust and just kind of like tipping its head this way and that, regarding you with each eye. And he says, this is Skelm. He's the familiar of one of my other guests, and I suppose she just wants to sit in on this conversation.
Your guest.
Yes. But that's her business and hers alone.
Well, yes, but this is our business, and I'd rather not have your guests listening to our business.
I apologize. He turns and he looks over at the raven. He says, can we have some privacy, please? And the raven just kind of blinks a little bit and then poof, disappears.
I do not mean to be rude. I apologize. I do not like people who I do not know listening on my conversations. I'm sure you can understand.
I understand 100%. In fact, in my opinion, they were overstepping their bounds.
Yeah. The whole time that this conversation is happening, Lydia's just looking where the raven was perched and is just kind of like rubbing her little clasp on her overcoat that is the symbol of a raven, just absent-mindedly.
Yes. Okay. So he says, I apologize for that intrusion. What did you come here for? Is there anything I can help you with?
Yes. So we were.
It's terrible weather outside. I understand that the tavern is no longer, or not the tavern, rather the inn. I always get those words mixed up. The inn is no longer in operation. I'd be willing to get a room together for the three of you if you'd like.
That is wonderful. Yes, we arrived in town and were told that the inn was out, and we were also informed that your speaker has been ill for quite some time, and the townspeople are very concerned. And I'm a cleric, and I thought maybe we could come to an arrangement and see if we could assist in any way.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Well, the speaker has been ill for a very long time, but we've been able to get by, and it's chronic. I'm afraid. We've
What is
had.
it?
We've had healers, we've had doctors, all manner of soothsayers come and check on him, and there's nothing that can be done.
Right, but you haven't had me. So what seems to be the problem?
He doesn't like to talk about it. It's
We have doctor-patient confidentiality.
Well,
I'll speak to him myself if you'd like. Just please point me in the right direction.
I'm afraid he has a bit of seasonal depression. And the problem is that it's only ever one season. So usually that sort of thing goes away, but
Of course.
it has compounded and he just can't bring himself to get out of bed.
Okay, so his room is which way? This way?
And Lydia will point and just start walking towards the door.
You go to open the door and it appears to be locked.
Oh, sorry. It's just locked. Could you open it, please?
I would recommend not going to see the speaker.
Mm.
Don't you want to keep trying to help your speaker?
I assure you we are giving him the best care we can.
Lydia will cast Zone of Truth.
Okay.
So Lydia's tired. It's been a long day. It's cold
Is it
outside.
wisdom saves or, or
will
charisma
hold-
saves?
I think it's a wisdom.
I
I will hold him down. Kuori's tired. She just wants to drink.
Zone of Truth. Zone of Truth. Where is it? Hold on one moment. Apparently I don't have it selected, but I have used it before. D&D Beyond Mobile. Why must you be so terrible for spells?
It's okay. It's giving me enough time to hastily bring up this guy's stat block.
Not like that he locked us in this room. I will break the door.
Zone of Truth. Okay. So it's a 15-foot radius sphere centered on a point of my choosing. It's a charisma saving throw, DC of 15.
Okay. That's a 10, so he fails.
Beautiful. They cannot deliberately tell a lie. However, they can try and talk around things if they'd like.
I understand.
Hart, you will interrogate the cat.
I'm going to need 10 minutes in order to do that.
Oh,
Wait
Oh,
here 10
no.
minutes.
Hold on. Hold on. No, Zone of Truth does not last 10 minutes.
It does not. I also got a 14 on my charisma saving throw, so I am also under this truth, guys.
Beautiful. Let me bring this back up. Oh my god, D&D Beyond on mobile. You're killing me, please.
I'll use a spell slot for Speak with Animals. So,
Thank you. I was just about to do this.
Zone of Truth lasts 10 minutes.
Oh, well, yeah. But yes, Hart, if you could
interrogate Touche, please. Maybe that the cat will be a little bit more knowledgeable than his
Cats
owner.
see
it
a lot
seems.
of things.
Mhm. Okay, so now that we are in a place of truthfulness,
Maybe I should roll for the cat as well.
please do.
Sure.
The cat makes it. The cat can lie out his ass.
Cats are made of nothing but lies.
Cats are made of lies and void.
So,
Well, hey, do not concern yourself. You are not a prisoner here.
no, I know.
Oh, we are aware.
And he says, Thoob, could you do me a favor and unlock the door? And that you hear a click from the other side.
I hold the door closed. Thoob, we do not need your help right now.
no, we need that
This is
door
one of
unlocked.
those-
We need that door unlocked.
This is one of those chapters where everybody has a name,
Yeah.
and I will use them. If you give me names, I use them.
Beautiful.
No, I'll leave the door open. Lydia, I can break the door if needed.
You're right, I know. We're here to get a little bit more information. So, your speaker has seasonal depression. Is that correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Do they have any other ailments?
Not that I'm aware of.
Mm-hmm. What is the reason that you are not wanting to get your speaker healed? Are you having too much fun being speaker yourself?
Well, I am not the speaker, of course not. That is an assumption that you made on your own.
You're doing all of the work of the speaker. You get to
This is
sit
true.
in the speaker's chair,
This is also true.
have the authority of the speaker,
Hmm.
order those around the castle around as the speaker would.
Now.
I'm just saying.
I do not take on all of the responsibilities of the speaker. Whenever there needs to be something signed or any important decisions that require his authorization, he comes back into the office and he supervises that and he signs it himself.
Yes, meat puppet. Got it. Okay. So I'm just a little confused here, sir, as to why this has been going on for months without any outside help. And I'm not saying it's something that can be magically fixed. Something like this never is. It's always a journey and a process. But locking someone away, physically or metaphorically, isn't going to help. And your townspeople are scared. They think that the castle is haunted or there's some great misdeed afoot. A little honesty, even if forced, will go a long way. So please just tell us how we can help, and we will stay the night and be on our way. But what you're doing right now is not sustainable. People are scared.
Well, no need to force honesty. Ask any questions you have. My intention is for you to stay the night and then leave in the morning without any issue or any confusion along the way.
Well, I do have a little bit of confusion, I must say, as to why you won't let us see your speaker. What's the apprehension?
Well, if we're being completely honest, my personal opinion is that he is no longer fit for his position. And that we could do better with a change in leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily myself, of course not.
Oh, of course.
There are plenty of better options for a speaker of this town than myself. I have other things to be attending to. I have my own responsibilities. I'm sure you understand.
Perfectly. Why haven't you brought forth the process of change in leadership then? If you're so unsure of it not being you, because right now it seems as if you've changed leadership for yourself. And if you were to bring forth the proper way to change leadership, it might not be you that gets selected for power. So this way, it's a win-win, really. You get to stay in power. The speaker still gets to be the speaker, but doesn't have to do anything. And the townspeople are none the wiser, except they are. They know something is going on.
Well, if I'm being honest with you.
Yes, you are. For 8 more minutes.
I love that. That was a good one. The absolute truth is, what's his name? Hold on. This is what I get for closing my notes. Speaker Seaver was a cruel man and honestly a bit of a bully. So when he was confined to his quarters, this was something of a hostile takeover, actually. Now, I don't believe the rest of the speakers are going to take too kindly to that. So, that is a thing that we have sort of put on the back burner as far as how we're going to handle all of that. But I will say, we have nothing but the best intentions for Icewind Dale. In fact, there is an overarching danger that we, and I suppose this is the part where I start dropping names, we as the Knights of the Order of the Black Sword, we find ourselves trying very hard to rid the land of that darkness and that evil.
Knights of the Order
Semi-
of the Black Sword. Elaborate, please. I'm sorry, Lydia. I know this is your interrogation. But,
Oh, no. Lydia was just going to ask the DM if that is a familiar name to any of us.
Sure, absolutely. Everybody give me history checks.
17.
Okay.
Natural one.
Okay.
That's a 4.
All right, a 4.
I'm not from around here.
Lydia, I want to say that that's something that is vaguely familiar to you, but it's something that you've probably heard in whispers in the corners of dark taverns. It is something that is very secretive, and you have no insight as to what exactly that is.
Good connotation or bad connotation?
Neutral.
Secret society type of connotation.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Do they meet in a courtyard? Are they knights?
Only
of
at
the
night.
Courtyard.
Alrighty. Good night, everybody.
That's it. That's the game.
That's it. That's the game.
Credits.
All right.
Woo, we won Dungeons and Dragons, you guys.
And it was advanced!
He sort of leans forward in his chair, and it kind of squeaks a little bit as he does so. We are a society that is devoted to finding and stamping out this danger here in Icewind Dale.
What is these danger that you speak of? Danger and darkness are very vague terms, sir.
Our soothsayer has found that there is an army that is amassing underneath Icewind Dale, and it will very soon break the surface and come up and lay siege to all of the towns. It will blot out the sun. It will set everything on fire. It's going to be a bad time.
Looks to Hart. No, I only speak languages you don't understand.
I can speak cat if I use a spell slot. I didn't know if that was necessary at this point or not. This guy seems pretty chatty, and the cat wanted to lie.
I really wanted to be able to say interrogate the cat.
Yeah.
Hart, interrogate the cat.
I'll interrogate the cat.
Kuori's gonna look to Hart and then look to Lydia. That sounds familiar, Lydia.
Sorry. What language was it, DM?
For what?
Common.
He was speaking a language? Oh.
That's typically the assumption that we're all what we're all
Oh,
speaking.
No,
no.
I mean what he said about the army and blotting out the sun and.
Right.
Oh. Does that sound familiar to me with my previous history check of 17?
Hart told you something that sounded very similar to that.
Right. Yep. Yep. I'm failing my personal history checks from an hour ago, but we digress.
We like to have fun here.
It's what we digressing is what we do best.
Yeah.
Truly.
Oh. That does sound very familiar.
Lydia, may I ask a question to the
The floor is yours, Kuori.
thank you. Cardath, who is this guest of yours? Are they also from your same order?
She does serve the Archduke as we do, yes.
The Archduke. And say, what are you doing to prepare for this hostile takeover of Isindel?
Well, for one thing, we are amassing our forces to make sure that we can defend at least this keep from their eventual invasion. But also, we're doing everything that we can to help you.
To help us.
Our soothsayer has been very clear that you will be involved in pushing them back.
Hey, well, hey, that tracks, right? Great.
Uh,
I'm loving every bit of this.
Wait, us specifically? But we've never met until now. How did you...
She's a soothsayer,
She says soothing things.
a fortune teller, a diviner. She can see things that have been, are, and will be.
No, I understand the premise, but why did you not enclose that information at the start of this entire interaction?
Because before you got so nosy, my intention was to allow you to stay the night and then be on your way to go and face your destiny wherever it may be.
A
Yes,
little
well,
forewarning would have helped, just saying.
a little forewarning, and unfortunately, my nose is very cute and it tends to get into other people's business, and I know that. But regardless, any information that you can give us is my. May I speak with the soothsayer? May we? I have so many questions.
No.
Why?
Because she is... I don't like her.
Who is she?
An old woman beyond her time with good information, but she's got a bad attitude.
That's great. We've met many people with bad attitudes. Now, please, tell us where the soothsayer is.
Oh, well, if you insist.
I do.
He goes to stand up, and he's like, the cat, you know.
Stand up, sir.
All right, fine. And he has to kind of get the momentum, and he does the dad grunt as he gets up. The cat thuds to the floor, and he goes over to the door and he opens it up and gives you a very dramatic bow as he does so, and leads the two of you out. He looks to Thoob. And he says, Thoob, they are going to be seeing Hethel.
I love her name already.
Thubert.
Thoob is short for Thubert.
Thoob is short for Thubert. I've stamped my my approval. It is canon. All right.
Thank you, Thubert.
As he does so, you can actually hear the flutter of some wings, and you actually see the raven has been sitting on the door frame the entire time with its head kind of cocked to the door.
Would you like to follow along? She'll say to the raven.
As you say that to her, well, I guess the raven is a he. The raven turns around, looks at you, just kind of drops open its beak, like a hinge, and you hear from deep within it, just kind of resonating as though somebody is speaking to you through a tin can. Actually, yes, I'd love to.
Kuori will put out her arm for the bird.
The raven hops down, continues to just kind of look at you.
Hello. You know, you could come along as yourself as well if you do want to.
I'm actually very busy right now, doing a lot of reading. It's quite important. But I can multitask.
Of course, my lady.
So as you walk across the balcony here, you are taken to another door here in the ballroom. You can see downstairs that the tiefling girl has finished about half of the room, well, maybe a little bit over that. And as she does so, you can see her like really, really focus on the table now. That like she's like, I am doing my job. I am doing my job. And like she does not want to be interrupted at all as she's doing this. Give me an insight check. Anybody interested?
11.
14.
That's a 10.
Okay, cool. She just does not seem to like company. And
Even
Kadroth-
14?
even with a 14, Kadroth walks over to the to another door, and he stands in front of it for a moment, and he says, "I'm going to warn you. She's a bit curt, but as I said, you can trust what she tells you. I will be returning to my quarters. You can stay here for the night. We'll make sure that you get some food, but." Speak to Hethel.
Do you have any ale?
Please tell me you have ale.
We do have some stores of ale.
It'll be okay, Kuori.
It's been a long time since I've had ale.
Kuori, it's been 2 days.
It's a long time since I've had ale.
Fair enough. Have a nice day.
Kadroth begins to walk away, having told you guys, like, you know, basically what you're allowed to do here. And the door kind of creaks open a little bit. You can see that it's a little bit darker in here. This is an interior room to the castle. There are no windows, so the only source of light is coming from the crackling fireplace. As you come in, you see a similar high-back chair with the clawed feet and everything. And sitting stooped in that chair is an old she-dwarf. She has a little curly gray beard, these two braided pigtails that come down either side of her shoulders. She's wearing a shawl, and she's got also a bun that sits on top of her head. She has got a sour look on her face, and as she kind of turns to look at you guys, you can see that she has a peg leg rather than two regular feet. And on the table next to her, there is a very finely made dish of trout that just seems to absolutely not have been touched at all. And she turns around, she looks at you, and there's recognition in her eyes, and she says, "I've been dreading this day." And that's where we're going to go to break.
Yay! Wings, thank you so much for running this game. We are going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes, so don't go no place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, pick yourself up something nice, and we will see you guys shortly. All right, everybody, see you soon. Hello,
Spaghetti.
everybody, and welcome. We have returned from our break, yelling the words of the return, aka spaghetti. Wings, take us away.
All right. When we last left off, you had just walked in. I described it as a high-backed, like clawfoot chair. I'm gonna walk it back from that and say she's in a rocking chair with like an Afghan thrown over the back of it, because it invokes that like granny look that I want to. And she had turned around, looked at you guys, and kind of like widened her eyes with recognition and said, "I've been dreading this day."
Me too, Granny. Me too.
She kind of like raises a knobbly hand and just like dismissively dismisses the guards, who turn around and leave, and she kind of squints at the raven, and she says, "Oh, do you have to be here?" And the raven does not answer, just sits there and stares at her.
Like her.
And she just nosy.
Very.
Well,
Looks at the raven.
if you know us so well, then I suppose no introductions are in order. You already know that we're nosy, and we can just get to business, right?
Yes.
Well, I'm at a bit of a disadvantage. I'm sorry, what did you say your name was?
My name is Hethel. Hethel Arcorin.
Well, I would say that it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, but considering the fact that we walked in and you said you've been dreading this day, I'm guessing that it's not a pleasure to make ours. But hopefully we can keep this meeting brief and just all promise to be honest and truthful with each other. And yeah.
She just grimaces at you the entire time that you're talking. And as I mentioned before, there's a plate of trout next to her that just has not been touched at all.
Not hungry, Hethel?
Do you prefer
I'm
berries?
sick of trout.
I have a berry if you'd like one. They're really filling.
I don't like berries.
Oh. Okay. Do you like cookies? I think I have the
No.
remains of one in my pocket. How can you not like cookies?
Hart is okay. That just means more cookies for you.
You know, I was gonna drag this out some more. But right now, I think I'm going to welcome death.
Do you need any help?
No, I should just die on my own when you leave.
Okay, good to know. Well, then before we leave, then, what is this with us being pushing back some sort of underground army or something like that?
Right. Well, have you ever heard of the Duragar?
Duh.
Well, there is a Duragar army being put together by a king named Zardarok Sunblight.
Of course, yes. That's the lead
It's a
singer of my
metal
favorite
band.
metal band.
He is an. I have seen these things. I will tell you the things I have seen. I have seen Zardarok Sunblight rise from the depths. I've seen him conquer Icewind Dale, unless you defeat him.
And how do you propose we do that?
Well, that's not for me to figure out, now is it? But I will warn you. If you try to face him too early, you will die.
But are you sure you don't have us mistaken for someone else? We're just trying to find my brother. That's all that we're doing. I have to find my brother and take him home. Armies of the. I'm not interested in any armies or leggies. I'm interested in getting my brother and getting him home safely without getting either of my friends killed.
She stares at you, motionlessly with her peg leg.
Stares at you with her peg leg.
You said leggies.
I did say leggies for a reason.
Are you done whining?
Under no circumstances am I whining. What I'm doing is clearly stating our reason for being here.
Wait, I have a question. Do you get these visions when you're asleep?
Sometimes.
Because I think I had one that was like that, where like it showed a king and he was really like mean face, and he was carrying, like, he had a black crown and he had a big black rock with him, and then I saw towns on fire after that. Is that like the same kind of thing?
Are you a seer as well?
I don't know what that means. But sometimes, most times, when I'm going to sleep, I have a weird dream that I don't know how to explain when I wake up. Other than I just feel like I ramble for like 2 to 5 minutes sometimes in my attempt to recall it.
I felt like I might have had a stowaway last night.
Like an invisible stowaway? Or like, somebody, like in your dream, somebody was hiding?
No, as in, I was having dreams all on my own, all by my onesies, and then some little freckled antler person shows up and just hitches a ride.
Hart's a freckled antlered person.
Oh, you're talking about me. Well, then can you tell me what that beating white heart was about?
Nothing gets past this one. The beating white heart is the still beating heart of a red dragon that fuels the forge.
Oh, obviously. I knew that.
Of Sunblight's fortress.
That. I knew he wasn't evil, he sounds really cool.
So, is this forge powering his fortress?
Or something. Here's the thing about being a seer. You get a lot of answers, but you don't get the questions.
So you don't know what the answers are for. Okay.
No, I have plenty of answers. I just don't know what the questions are. So I don't know what context it is, and nothing makes any sense.
I understand.
You and I have a lot in common.
She is a bitter old woman, but and she just kind of like she brushes off the idea that she might have anything in common with you. But you can feel that there's camaraderie there that she may or may not either enjoy or resent. Tsundere old lady.
Hooray.
What? Why did you gasp?
Because she's a tsundere old lady. It's fun. Doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Yep, that was it. I was just having fun with it. Well.
Okay.
So why was today going to be a calamitous... Did you say calamitous day? You've been dreading this day?
I've been dreading this day
Why?
because once I'm finished talking to you, I'm going to die.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Why?
Yeah, so these are my last precious moments.
If I send you
guess-
letters, would that keep you alive? Because then it's like our conversation never ended. I can't write, but it's the thought that counts.
No, I don't think it works like
Oh.
that.
What? Did you have a vision of your own death?
I have foreseen my doom.
And it's us?
No, I just die of natural causes.
Hmm.
It's fine, I'm old. That's what old people do. They die sometimes.
Get
Get over
will
it.
reach out and touch her peg leg and cast Cure Wounds.
Ew, affection.
Lydia, I think
She kind of kicks at you with the peg leg a little
I
bit.
think Hethel is kind of looking forward to death. Eh.
I don't understand.
Sometimes people don't mind passing on to another world.
Oh no, I'm going to the hells.
It's another world.
A whole new world.
I never said it was going to be a good world.
I hate
This is how
everything.
this group processes death, everyone. Hey, welcome to the show.
Okay. So, back on track. We're talking to this lady.
Gonna die after we finish.
Gonna
talking
die
to
after
her.
we get done talking to her.
Yeah, so if you want to know anything,
to her again? I completely forgot once I started being like, oh shit, you're like, you have cool dreams.
You said you wanted to talk to her.
The other two did.
Heffel, what do you know of Chardolin? The black rock that is, that was on the Sunblight's head.
Chardolin.
Yes.
She kind of like thinks to herself as though she is a bit. What does she know about Chardolin? She's gonna reach into her shirt and kind of pull with a snap her necklace. And at the end of it, you see a crudely carved black sword.
Do not tell me that it's made out of Chardolin.
I don't mince words, honey.
Why would you wear that?
She just kind of like drops it and lets it sit on her chest. And she's all like, why wouldn't I?
Thank you for the follow, Bent Metal 69.
Get bent. That's what I want to tell this lady. Not you, Bent Metal, but I want to tell this lady. Okay. So you're wearing Chardolin. Chardolin makes you go crazy. Does everybody in your order have a necklace made out of Chardolin?
Well, first of all, before I answer that question, I think that you have a few misconceptions about a material that you know nothing about.
Then educate us. We've got the time, and
where are you getting this where are you getting the
I'm
information?
about to suplex this old woman.
Kuori, calm down. There's ale at the end. There's ale at the end.
Where are you getting this information? Is it peer reviewed?
What do you know of this material?
Chardolin can make you go crazy. It doesn't always do it. It's like a sponge made out of like metallic crystal, whatever. It soaks up whatever magic you put into it. Sometimes that magic is crazy magic. So really useful material when it comes down to it.
I am aware, yes.
Our amulets, and yes, our entire order has this. Our amulets are a symbol of our camaraderie or whatever. Most of the people who are in this cult, and it's a cult, sweetie, most people who are in this cult found these amulets out in the snow and nearly died. And then our Lord and Savior, Levistus, leads them back to civilization.
Oh, this is the cult, you are right, yes.
It's a cult, sweetie.
Okay, so, right. Who is Levistus, the Archduke?
The Archduke of Stygia.
I don't know where any of this is.
Give me a history check. A history check or an arcana check?
They're both the same. Oh, 23.
That is a devil from the hells. This is an actual fucking cult.
She said she wasn't going to mince words. It's a cult.
Wait, this is a fucking cult? Oh,
No.
Gotta keep warm somehow.
That's a few
Getting
circles
real
over,
frosty.
honey.
Kuori's gonna like bend down to Lydia. Lydia, this is a fucking devil cult.
well, they're not usually my type, but I like getting to know anyone.
No, this is a devil cult, not a fucking devil cult.
Oh,
I mean, if you keep on talking that loud, then people are going to hear you.
I don't care at this point, really.
You probably should. There's a lot of cultists here.
Well, they need to have less soft egos. Um,
Now that I can agree with. And she like raises like a knobbly little fist for a fist bump.
This old lady. So,
Listen, listen here, honey. I'm not a huge fan of Kadroth. He's not a huge fan of me. And as it turns out, Levistus isn't a huge fan of him either.
the devil.
Yeah, no, keep up.
Question. What does a devil want with ridding the world of darkness? Usually, devils want to, do that. Like,
Well, they want to rid the world of darkness that isn't their own.
okay, that makes sense, right? Okay.
Levistus has told me. We're
Are
pretty
you, like,
close.
pen pals?
No, actually, it's sort of a one-way connection. I can't really talk to him. Kadroth, that fucking dick, says that he can talk to Levistus. He cannot, I assure you. That is an outright fucking lie.
I really like you, Hethel.
It's a shame I'm gonna die,
Is,
isn't
yeah.
it?
I mean, at least you'll get to talk to Levistus when you go to the hells. Maybe, probably, who knows?
Yeah, maybe, who knows? But here's what I'm going to say. Here's what I'm going to tell you, okay? If you want to get out of here, you're either going to pretend like you didn't hear any of this, or, I strike a deal with these folks. Just act like everything's fine.
I mean, this lady knows everything that's going on here. She'll point to the raven.
If you start punching people, they're going to get upset.
When
And if you die here, then you can't stop sunblight. And that would make an old dead lady very, very irritated.
Hethel, I never said I was going to go out and punch people.
All
Listen,
right, I'm just giving you honest advice.
I appreciate that. I've been told that many a times, especially in my younger days. I learned, but listen.
The chance of Kuori punching you is slim, but never zero.
Exactly. So
I like those odds.
Hethel, whoever you worship, that is up to you. I do not judge that. Right now, our goals align. We do not want sunblight here. You do not want sunblight here. Enemy
Alright.
of my enemy is my friend. If your cult doesn't kill me and my friends, or hurt me, or try to deceive us in very extreme terms, or do anything to fuck with us, then we're fine. You worship who you want to worship. I worship who I want to worship.
Ethel,
Yes.
I know that our time is short together.
Don't be dramatic, dear. It's only death.
That's something pretty dramatic to me. I know that I'm young, but to me it's very dramatic. If we truly are to be meeting this grand fate where so many people's lives are in our hands, any information that you can give us that'll help prepare us, please don't take it with you.
Even if you do not know the questions, please give us all the answers that you have.
Of course. The fortress is hidden somewhere in the spine of the world. And as I said, if you face him too soon, you will die. You must test your mettle against the horrors that haunt the farthest reaches of Icewind Dale before you can hope to survive the perils of Zadarok's fortress.
So, this sounds like it's not something that we have to deal with right now. which is great for me.
And me. We have to find my brother first.
If you need to get out of here in a hurry, for any old reason, I don't know. It doesn't have to be a punch-related reason. There's a secret exit in one of the towers. The northwestern one.
Kuori, this isn't permission to punch people, just so we're clear.
Lydia, in our
I'm
time
just saying.
together, when have you seen me punch someone?
When they deserve it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Always slim, but never zero. So, Heffel, do you think your cult is going to try and kill us or attack us? Because that would kind of put a damper on your whole, like, saving the world and reading it from the darkness of somebody else.
She goes, no, of course not. Unless...
Unless...
Kadroth is kind of a dick.
Mhm.
I'm going to die when you leave here.
Is it because of him?
No.
Oh.
I just
You
die
just
of
die.
natural causes right afterwards.
That's way better than just murder.
Are you
Oh, yeah,
trying to
no.
say that he's going to blame your death on us?
I'm saying that's a distinct possibility, and it sounds like just the sort of thing that he'd do.
That's rather rude.
Oh, very
Oh
rude.
no.
Why would that help him?
It
puts a fear of outsiders into the city.
The rest of the cult respects me, and they don't really respect him.
Do you want us to spread rumors about him?
It's not gonna help much if, as soon as you leave, I'm dead.
No, but while you're here, you could,
It's not how it works, honey.
That, you know? I'm just... Anywho.
She looks up at the raven and she says, "You make sure he's not in charge after I'm gone, okay?" The raven just gives her, dumb bird eyes.
Hey, Lydia, would you like to help us if we get blamed for her death?
I can get you out.
Thanks. Also, what are you?
That's a rude question.
Why?
What are you?
I said where.
Oh, where am I?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Communicating via bird. Not the best reception.
No, not the best.
I'm actually underneath the castle right now.
What kind of I'm sorry, Heffel. I know we're having a conversation, but I'm a little curious. What kind of research are you doing?
What kind of research is she doing?
Yeah, sorry, I keep looking away from my mic because I'm like, I think I have a bird on my arm.
Maybe we can collaborate. But later. Right now is not the best time.
Okay. Yeah. Do you foresee so if he blames your death on us, will there be people after us from your cult?
I can't. Are you asking for my opinion or for me to just have visions on command?
No, I'm saying if you've seen this, and also then your opinion if you have not.
Well, my opinion is that he's probably going to be a dick about it.
We're
Ethel,
not very nice to him.
what if we just don't stop talking to you? Why don't you come with us?
I'd probably prefer to die.
Oh, okay.
Listen, she's Heffel. Are you you lived a long life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay at peace with yourself with dying?
Sure, we could call it that. She kind of like points down at the plate of fish next to her. She says, I'm really sick of trout.
All I got is rations.
I've seen about all this life has to offer.
Wait, Ethel, what's your favorite meal? Can you tell me what your favorite meal is and why it's your favorite? Please?
Give me a persuasion check.
17.
Ale.
Just ale?
Kuori will put up a little, not little, but her own hands of fist bumper.
Yeah,
again.
like arthritic fist bump.
Yeah.
Self-explanatory, I think.
Right. Okay. We don't have any ale. But damn, I was really hoping that you would say something that I could somehow retrieve for you, and nope.
Well, Kudra did say there was ale somewhere in the house. So.
Yeah, but that means we have to leave and stop talking to her, and then she's gonna die.
Well, she said when we leave the room or when we leave the house.
I don't know. I don't want to risk it.
I'm asking Hethel, not you, Lydia. It's okay.
Hethel's head has slumped.
Oh, I guess it happened. Okay, well, we got to go now.
Ah, what? She pops her head back up. Sorry, I fell asleep.
Oh, are you going to die once we leave this room, or when we leave the castle?
I don't know. I told you I have the answers, not the questions.
Well, the answer would have shown you if us leaving the castle or the room.
If I get an ale, will you leave me be?
Yes.
She goes, Thoob!
Thubert.
Thubert! Thubert Hoppin' Paddle Pipson Populus the Third.
That's his name now. That's canon. That's canon, baby.
This guy like pokes his head and he's like, he's like, yes, Ethel? And she's like, get me an ale. And he's all like, right away, Ethel.
Can you get all of us an ale, please?
He counts. He goes, he leaves. Spine of the world. Heart of a fire dragon.
Got it.
Plan to destroy all of 10 towns.
Got it. We have to. Fight the horrors of the far edges of the Icewind Dale or something, right?
Mm-hmm. And you probably ought to just leave after you go out of here. It's going to look bad.
All I'm saying is there's still that abandoned building in town. I could just like turn into a mouse or something, go inside, pop back up, open the door, then we'd all have a nice place to rest.
We could.
I think it would be more suspicious if we just left and didn't explain ourselves. We have a witness.
Lydia will point to the bird, the raven.
We have a witness. And wait, Hethel, I have one request.
And Lydia will start going through her bag, and she will find some of Lucas's stationery and a pen.
I, blank, do declare that I died of natural causes, as foreseen in my visions, and not at the hand of these very nice, very caring travelers. Sincerely, blank. Could you just sign this?
Oh, they're totally gonna buy that I said this.
P.S. I'm sick of trout.
Okay. She signs off on that.
See? I think it would be much more suspicious if we just left. And then it's easy to blame it on us, the scary outsiders. I think that we should say our fond goodbyes to Ethel and wish her well on her most important journey. And go find some ale for Kuori and a nice room for us to sleep in.
Thoob comes back and passes out the ale.
Well, there's
Kuori
one part
takes
done.
hers and then also takes Hart's.
She like holds the bottle over her table and just pops it with her hand and like pops the cap off of it. And she's gonna hold it up and say, "We're gonna do a toast, and then you're gonna leave me the f alone."
Okay.
Okay.
To getting the hell out of here. She takes a swig.
Just shrugs one bottle, takes the other one, then sips that one.
Hold on, Lydia, let me see yours. She taps it with her bottle so it fizzes up.
Hey!
Now get the F out of here.
Ah, that's a good one, yeah. Hey, she'll clink her bottle with Ethel. Hey, see you on the flip side, Ethel.
Tubular dude.
Levi, thank you for all them
Tubular?
biddies.
Levi!
Tubular. Tubular.
Tubular.
Tubular.
Tubular.
Tubular.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Tubular.
Oh, Thub he has his own 90s show.
I have a question about this ale. Is it the kind that still has like sediment that's fallen to the bottom? Would you think?
I mean, probably.
All right, cool.
Barreled ale.
I don't know. Is ale carbonated? It probably isn't.
No, not during these times. If to appease the DM, could I druid craft a flower out of the sediment from the bottom of the beer?
Sure, if that's what you want to do.
I do. Hart wants to druid craft a flower from the sediment at the bottom of the ale, and as we're getting the F out of there, he sets the bottle on the table and tells Hethel, "Have a good day." And then he just gives her a kind smile and then follows his friends out the door.
As you walk out, you can see her downing her own ale. She just kind of tosses it across the room. You hear a clink of the bottle. She reaches over, kind of flicks that flower out of there, and then starts drinking your ale too.
Corey took mine. Corey pounded hers.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
this is
well
literally
then
just
what-
like
What bottle were you putting the flower in?
the one
It's
that
the
had
empty
already been
bottle with the
drained. Because
sediment.
like
Okay.
with like a hazy IPA, for example, or a
Right, never
juicy
mind.
IPA, there's always a thin layer of schmutz at the bottom.
All right, it's fine. She enjoys her ale.
Yay.
Yeah.
So, lady. What are you researching? First of all, what is your name? Do I have to keep talking to this bird?
Perhaps we could meet in the morning after everyone's had a nice rest and you've had time to research. And then you can back us up with the fact that we didn't kill Hethel.
Honestly, I really do think that you should just get out of here.
Okay.
It's safest. I know that Kadroth is gonna. I agree with her. Kadroth's gonna be a dick about this.
We weren't exactly very kind to him when we were talking to him up in the room. He's probably going to be petty.
Yeah, because he was a dick.
I mean, we were rather rude in our advances as well.
I mean, okay.
Don't worry. I'm pretty sure we're going to meet again eventually.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hopefully it's not because, like, we have to fight each other, because, you sound pretty okay.
Thanks. You sound pretty okay too.
Thanks. Well, here, I'll put you down. She'll put the bird somewhere.
Yeah. The bird kind of like regards you with the other eye. And she says, "Oh yeah, my name's Avarice. See you later." And the bird flies away.
Oh, just before the bird flies away, Lydia's going to take the note that we had Ethel sign and tie it
to the bird's leg.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I guess then we go to the northwest tower, sneak away, and hole up in that abandoned building in the town.
At least if
All
we
right.
want to get a rest.
I just don't want to get arrested.
Well, then let's just get the rest.
Yeah. Let's go.
All right. You head for that tower. You can see that there are a few guards just kind of meandering about. They all give you these suspicious, well, I guess not suspicious, curious eyes mostly. And you can see that they are people from pretty much all walks of life. There's a lot of tieflings here, but there's also a lot of just humans, what appears to be like people from Icewind Dale. And like just people who wandered in out of the snow when they found these amulets, and then like it saved their life. So here they be. Any hoosers, you find that trapdoor. You find it automatically because you're looking for it. And you creep down inside. And this is the part where they kill you. You find that it is very cold down here. And there is actually water, half frozen water, and a rowboat that leads through a cave and goes around a corner.
Get in. I will throw us out.
Okay. And just as we get in, Lydia is going to tap Kuori on the shoulder, and she is going to cast. Just one moment. Vigilant Blessing. So you see just this silver shimmer fall over Kuori's head, almost into a circlet that fades as soon as it's cast. And Kuori, you get advantage on the next initiative roll you make.
Thank you, Lydia. She'll kind of lean down and kiss her head.
Ooh.
Bluefies, thank you for the follow.
Thank you for that name.
As you are rowing, you can see, and when I say you, I mean Hart with his highest passive perception. You're kind of looking over the edge of the boat and kind of watching the ice slush its way off of the sides of it. You see down at the bottom of the water in this murk, there are actually weighed down by chain shirts. There are the bodies of guards who previously occupied this place.
Oh dear.
I think Hart is just like casting guidance on himself, using his quarterstaff as a second edition 10-foot pole, and just kind of like
Poking
stuff from the front and seeing if anything pokes back, or if they're like gonna hit something that'll catch them.
I'll
I
put
see.
this in my mind as another takeover of this fort.
You turn a corner, and you see that there is a big kind of marbled blue wall, like a slab that seems to be in the way of moving forward. And off to the right, you can see that there is a little alcove that goes back a little ways, and it's dark down here. But I believe Hart at least has dark vision. Probably Lydia. I think Kuori's the only one without. Looking in there, you can see that at first it's a little bit alarming because it appears to be a humanoid figure. But as you squint into the darkness, you can see that it is actually a ice sculpture of a humanoid torso, and it is wrapped in chains. Kuori, you would recognize this as a depiction of Levistus.
Oh, that's the Archduke Levistus.
Oh.
And there is some movement from that darkness. And out of that darkness will step a very pale figure. She kind of snaps her fingers, and some light appears at the end of her staff. The staff itself appears to be made of the same black metal that the amulets are. And standing there is a tiefling with white skin and black tipped horns. And she just kind of stands there with her hip cocked a little bit, and that raven alights on her shoulder. And she says,
Avarice.
Kuori, perhaps we'll meet again. And she reaches up and she pulls a lever on the wall. And you can hear that slab begins to open. And there is a rushing of water and a clattering of ice as your boat is actually pulled a little bit forward as the displacement of the water moves you into the next room.
As we're leaving, Corey's just gonna give her a wink.
She like fans herself sarcastically and then walks away, sort of swishing her tail.
All you hear is a chuckle from Corey.
And you are sort of whooshed along, and you kind of give me an athletics or a survival, as it turns out this is kind of a bumpier ride than you expected.
Yeah, I was gonna say, would Hart be assisting because he's like helping to
Please.
poke for stuff?
Please.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm totally up for that.
Okay, much better. 17. The other one was a natural 1, guys.
That is not bad. So you have the oars, so you're able to kind of like steer and move to avoid some rocks and stuff. Hart is able to assist in that by pushing his quarterstaff along the walls where it need be. And you are eventually just sort of slooshed out, like the water that is coming with you empties out the cistern, and you are basically deposited out onto the ice of Caer-Dineval. That boat skids a ways through this, like over the top of this very thick, very rough ice, and just goes. And since rowboats are kind of bowed at the bottom, it kind of like thunk on its side, and everybody flops off to the side.
Ugh. Is it strange that I found this tiefling from the Skull Tot?
Not at all.
I really do hope we meet again.
Me too.
Anywho, come on, let's get up.
Okay, so to the abandoned building?
I don't know where we are anymore.
One second. Caer-Dineval.
That's the one.
How long would it be from here to East Haven?
9 hours.
And it's like nighttime now, right?
Yep. But the blizzard seems to have passed. Honestly, if you wanted to burn the midnight oil and just keep going, you could do it. It wouldn't be ideal. You'd be taking a level of exhaustion by the time you get there, but it's possible.
I mean, we only get disadvantage on skill checks.
It's just all skill checks. Lydia's already burnt through like 3 or
Yeah.
4 spells.
Yeah.
Let's get at least a few hours away from here.
Yes, I was about to say, let's just get away from here.
All right. You creep across the ice, and then eventually up the rocks that form Caer-Dineval, and slide back onto the road, and you continue on your way. And I think that's the best way that we can leave off for tonight.
Yay! Excellent! Thank you so much for running this incredible game, Wings. But I always enjoy it whenever you're on the channel. Wings, where can I find you? What do you do?
Oh, hey everybody, I'm Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings mostly related to D&D and a lot of things on this channel. You can also find me on Twitter as @Danae Keener. I have my schedule on there so you can see all the things that I'm up to. DanaeKeener.com.
Hi everyone, my name's Satan. You can find me on Twitter at AlysaVamp, as well as on Twitch on the same name. I also do drawings, mostly related to D&D as well, and other characters and OCs that people have. And I do a lot of games. You can find me Sunday nights here, playing Kuori, the Goliath fighter, with these lovely people in this lovely DM. Sunday mornings, you can find me over at Nexus Adventures, DMing for my friends. Sorry, words are not coming out tonight at 12:40 at night. Um, where I DM my friends through a homebrew campaign, and you can also find me Mondays over at the We Tell, where I'm playing Great American Witch, really cool witch that reads, instead of your tea leaves, she reads your beer foam. You can also find me Saturdays over at Valdrian's channel playing Dragon Age, and Saturday nights on Plot Hunters playing more D&D. I play a lot. Thank you for watching me play Kuori and doing my really not really trying Russian accent. That's me. Dunk. No, spasiba. Dunk is another language. Spasiba.
Oh, hi. I am LizMac, LizMacD22 on Twitter. I am the community manager of Clever Play Studio, which is a small indie game studio out of Montreal, Canada. You can find me doing things over there on our Twitter at Clever Plays, here on Sunday nights playing Sweet Bean Lydia, and over at jabroni.tv. Where you can see me and a bunch of other amazing streamers that I am lucky enough to call my friends. We just have a new Jabroni TV trailer with a whole bunch of new clips from everyone, and it's probably my favorite thing I've ever edited, ever, video-wise. And additionally, right now, if you are interested in some real nice brand new HyperX headphones, we are doing a giveaway that ends tomorrow at midnight Eastern time. Through my work for some custom Operation Tango, which is our game, headsets from HyperX with the game art on the ear, and you get a pair, one for you and your player too. So you can enter that. I'll post the link in the chat if Indoor doesn't have it handy. But other than that, I will see you next Sunday for more adventures with Lydia.
I found the link. It's no worries. Hello, everybody. If you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you don't, hey, Corns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. We do shows like this on Mondays and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as well as on Sundays Monday, Thursday, 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Sundays at 7. Time zones get wonky. We're here 3 days a week, if that's the part that counts. Also, this upcoming week, we have our Valentine's Day special for our Monster of the Week campaign. We're hanging out with 2 characters that we haven't seen since our Thanksgiving Day episode. So come on by, figure out what happened as the couple of Kane and Philly work through the fact that he's possessed by a turkey demon. It should be a great time. Danae's there, Satan's there, our great friend Koss is there, and of course GB runs that incredible game as well. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/Indoor Adventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, including full playthroughs of Waterdeep Dragon Heist, Ghosts of Saltmarsh, Curse of Strahd, Tomb of Annihilation, and now also our Tyrant Security game. Our Homebrew Acquisitions Incorporated game that was run by Cyberwolf 1201 is also there, which means that we have a new campaign of a new game being started up this coming Thursday. So tune into that show to see us play some Masks. It's going to be great. I'm going to have a good time with it. Gosh darn it. But speaking of good times, we are going to be going into our Patreon-supported after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from the community, but also from each other. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to drop them in the Twitch chat to the side or join us in the Discord down below. Make sure to just drop those questions off there and we will do our best to respond in kind. And with that, I would like to say thank you to everybody who decided to stop on by. Thank you to Danae for putting up with our bullshit once again this week. And we'll see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye!